Someone asked me if I could make this video last night, and honestly, I never actually really thought about it until now, but I do think it's a good idea. So here's my personal advice for being a YouTuber / improving your content. Also, please note that I'll only be covering stuff regarding the types of content I make or have made at some point. So, for example, I won't be giving advice for vlog videos. And these are only my personal opinions. Obviously, I don't speak for everyone, so it's okay if you don't agree with some of my advice. And also, I make all my videos on my phone, so if you don't have a laptop / computer, don't worry about it, you won't need one to make videos. Starting simple, edit your videos. If you recorded 40 minutes of gameplay, don't just post the entire thing, because chances are there's a lot of boring parts and people won't want to watch it. And if it's a video of a game with a chat box of some sort, like Dust Town for example, when you're typing a message, edit it out. Respectfully, if your video is 80% typing, people probably don't want to watch that, or at least not for very long. Also, use proper aspect ratios. If your video isn't a short, then crop the video to be the proper aspect ratio. The same goes for shorts. If you're making a short, you can either use the TikTok aspect ratio or the Instagram one. Use background music, preferably non-copyright background music, especially if you're not talking or using text-to-speech, so basically if your video would be silent without the music, then add music. I'm not sure when this happened, but YouTube created their own editing app at some point called YT Create, and while it's not exactly a top-tier editing software, it's good for if you're just starting and has a built-in library of non-copyright music you can use for your videos. And it also doesn't have a watermark, which actually leads me to my next piece of advice. Although this is mainly just my own personal preference, don't use editing apps / softwares with watermarks, like KineMaster or PowerDirector. Having the editing app's watermark in the corner just makes it seem less professional, and it's also a bit distracting. And if you're making a video regarding a certain topic that isn't just strictly gameplay where you're talking, it's best to write a script for it. That way it'll seem more professional. And if you want to speak using your own voice instead of AI text-to-speech, I do recommend buying a microphone. I have a Bluetooth one that I can connect to my phone, and it's really useful. It's actually the one I'm using right now and have used in many of my videos for like months now. It's also good to have a certain theme for your channel, for lack of a better word, a certain type of content that you make. For example, I make Dust Town and gacha videos. While it's true that you shouldn't limit yourself to just one type of content, it's also good to find a few things and stick with them. That way, people will always know what to expect from your channel. Although, be mindful of what kind of audience you may attract based on the content you post. If you're making videos about stuff aimed more towards kids, chances are you'll end up with a fan base of young children. Although this advice is also kind of pointless since children also just love watching stuff they're not supposed to, because they're not supposed to. Just look at the Hazbin Hotel fandom, there's little 12-year-olds cosplaying as Angel Dust at conventions. And ignore what the YouTube analytics may tell you, because children lie about their age a lot online when they're creating accounts, so no, your viewers are probably not mostly 20-something-year-olds if you're posting more childish content, so do your best to not post things that your viewers may not be old enough to be seeing. And I know I kind of stray away from that advice myself, since I do sometimes post about pedophiles, but my reason for doing that is to bring awareness and hopefully help my viewers to identify what kind of people they should be staying away from, which is sort of related to my next piece of advice. Once you have an audience, even if it's just a few people, treat your viewers with respect and interact with them when you can. Like, heart, and reply to their comments. If they tag you in a post, leave a comment and maybe share it on your community tab so more people can see it. You don't have to be nice to the point of faking your entire personality, but if you come across as mean, people probably won't like you because they might think if they try to interact with you, you'll just call them slurs in response. However, it is okay to be negative sometimes because it helps humanize you. Obviously, you're human, but by showing different emotions in what you post, it'll help your channel feel less like mindless slop. Just don't overdo it. For example, last night I ended up in a fan's video because they asked if they could record and I said yes. However, I wasn't in a great mood, so I didn't talk as often as I probably could have. I think I left a comment about it too, although I didn't state why I was in a bad mood because oversharing is also bad. Oversharing only gives haters fuel to make fun of or bully you for, and you'll also run the risk of ending up with parasocial fans as well. Also, once your channel has started gaining traction and people have started watching your content, don't use your influence for bad things. A lot of younger YouTubers tend to make this mistake because they don't know how to manage whatever fame they may have gotten, so they let fame get to their head and ego starts to make them feel invincible. But you're not. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, what you post, how often you post, you are still just a person, as harsh as that may sound. I'll be using Sniper Wolf as an example, even though she's an adult and she did get away with her behavior. It's still a good example of someone who let their fame influence them in bad ways. Jax Films criticized her content because she was basically just re-uploading other people's TikToks without actually reacting to them, without adding anything of substance. And as a result of Jax's valid criticism, Sniper Wolf doxed him on her Instagram story. She went to his house and posted it on Instagram for all her fans to see. Don't do that. Just don't. And also, don't send your fans to attack other people, because not only are you doing something bad, but you're dragging your fans into it as well at that point. Instead, if you want to ask your fans to do something, make sure it's silly and isn't actually harmful to anyone. Like, hey, I invite everyone watching this to dress up their pony in a suit, and make sure to tag me in a post showing off your pony if you want me to see how awesome your pony looks. And also, don't beg for fan art, since that seems desperate, for lack of a better word. Like, hey everyone, please draw my cat, please draw him, please make art of him, please! No! If your fans want to, they'll make art for you without you needing to prompt them to. I know how cool it is to have someone make something for you, but patience is a virtue. And it's honestly a really nice surprise when you wake up, go on YouTube, see you've gotten a notification, and when you check it out, it's a post someone tagged you in of fan art. And also, don't copy other people's videos. If you make a video that is inspired by someone else's, then make sure you give proper credit in the description. And also keep in mind that some people may not want others taking inspiration from them and would much rather people do their best to be original. I'm not sure what else to add, honestly, since I'm not the best at giving advice, and I also don't think I'm qualified for it, but I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful. Thanks for watching, especially if you've made it this far, and remember, I love you guys!